All right. Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
So,
We are starting new thing.
yeah. So basically, what happened is that Lemur's sick, and actually, she's going to have some times that in the next couple of weeks that she's not going to be able to attend stream. So Mana and I are picking up 428 Shibuya Scramble. If you haven't been a follower of mine for very long, you might not remember this, but Lemur and I played this about 2 years ago when the remaster came out. Absolutely loved it. But I've heard from a lot of people that were disappointed that we didn't record it, and that's actually one of the big reasons why we have our YouTube channel now. I don't know why I say we. I'm the one who runs the damn YouTube channel.
It is you,
Yeah,
fam.
I'm really bad at it, but I have a YouTube channel. So one of the reasons
No,
why
you're great.
I'm really not. I finally got all of our Dust for All stuff up um, last night. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, better late than never.
it's like 2 months late, but whatever. Anyways, so one of the reasons
It
why
happens.
we have the YouTube channel is that this game pretty much no one plays, even though it's a fantastic game. So I knew I was going to eventually replay it, and this seemed like a really good time to do it, since Mana and I can play it together.
Yay!
I don't want to spoil anything, so we ready to get started?
Yes.
All right,
Let's do the thing.
let's do the thing. New game. All right, select a bookmark. We'll do 2. You want the guide to gameplay? Do I remember how to play is going to be the question. I'm not a first-time player. We're gonna say no.
No.
As far as I remember,
I'll...
nothing super hard happens with the gameplay. So,
Oh,
as a reminder, the story is a work of fiction. You are going to be seeing Shibuya, but it is a work of fiction.
so no actual Shibuyans were harmed during the making of this video game.
Exactly. There are going to be some harms, though. All right.
But they're fake Shibuyans.
Exactly. All you're going to see is actors. It's fine. But you are going to see real images of Shibuya, so...
It's tourism time!
Exactly. We can't take you to Japan right now with us, so we're going to play this instead.
Yeah. There you go. We're like Travel Channel, but video games.
Exactly. Also, this, theme is fire, I've just gotta say. I don't know what it is about this soundtrack, but I love it.
You like the spiciness.
I do. Well, there's, these really great violins in this track, and usually I'm not a huge violin fan, but this one.
This
Anyways.
one hit different.
Exactly. That was 10-6 in case some of you don't know Scramble.
What is... Wait, Scramble, like...
The Shibuya Scramble is the really famous intersection in Shibuya.
Oh.
That you see all the pictures of. That's the Shibuya Scramble.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know why it's called the Scramble. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I was like, when I heard scrambled eggs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, the comments. The story is a work of fiction, but Aya Kamiki is real.
She is real, yes. She's the one who does the theme for this, so.
It's real MVP.
Exactly.
Also, we will tell Lemur that we hope she feels better.
Yes,
Thank
we will.
You for saying that.
Thank you. Alright, we interrupt this program for breaking news regarding the Shinjuku hostage situation. A middle-aged man in a ski mask took several employees hostage at an office in Shinjuku before barricading himself inside. Now that 3 hours have passed, the man... We're just kidding. Employees believe the suspect to be a name called Kitajima. Man named Kitajima. I can fucking read today. The
I
suspect has
can't.
prior dealings with another company in the building, and his experience mean money problems. Authorities believe this to be the motivation for.
Oh man, it must be very terrifying to be in that situation.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
The world does not change easily. You were right, fam. It does not. It takes a lot of hard work. Okay, so like it's a video game, but like instead of like animating characters, they hired real actors to do everything? Is
Yep.
that what it is?
Yeah, so
Oh.
this is actually a pretty big trend in visual novels. Root Letter actually does this as well. Where,
Oh.
yeah, you can see that everyone's got actual actors. It looks like they've actually done this in Shibuya. I'm going to 99% guarantee that it was not actually shot in Shibuya, but it looks like it.
They did a great job.
All right. So since I'm doing first, but you are the guest this time, do you want to take Achi or do you want to take Kano?
I'll take Kano.
You want to take Kano? All right. So let's
Yeah.
do Achi first then. I love this kid. I love him so much.
Baby. Is he your baby?
He did end up being my baby.
Oh, cute. Oh, that's a baby. Okay, baby. Yeah, baby boy. Help. I mean,
All right.
great.
I can do this. I'm going to move my
Yes,
screen
you
really
can.
quick, so apologies to anyone who's looking at it. That way Mana can read. Sorry, let me get a hold of myself really quick.
Oh, you're good. I mean, I was not expecting that, but it's not unwelcome, is what I'm going to say.
He's still my baby boy, but yeah.
But he got a good body.
I will not deny that.
Let's be honest here.
We are looking
Yes, this is a
respectfully.
very nice We are. Swear to God.
All right,
Anyway,
we can do this.
this is me, right? Or
This
that's
is me.
you, or
Yep.
am I narrating that?
I'm
that's you.
narrator.
Okay, that's you.
You're
Okay, go.
yeah. So for anyone who's trying to figure out what the hell we're talking about, so how we're going to do this is that we're going to take alternating main characters. The person doing the character for it does the narration and that character's dialogue, and the other person gets to do whatever the hell they want to with all the other characters' dialogues. We'll see how many characters who interact together we remember how we're going to say things. This could be really interesting. All right, let's do this. Achi Endo called out at the door to his father's room. Okay, I'm heading out.
Sure.
His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even open the door. Well, thanks, man.
Rude.
Sure you don't want me to stay here in the shop?
No, it's not like we're gonna get any customers.
Achi grimaced. Yeah, I guess not.
We're in a recession, damn it.
The drawer by the front door held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled a few of them out. Guess it's gonna be that kind of day. He stuffed the trash bag.
I inserted myself in the trash. No.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
I suddenly remembered that I am trash and took myself out. He stuffed the trash bags into his pocket, then slipped on his favorite pair of sneakers. The entryway to Achi's home also led into the family's shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny retail space. The slightest bump brought the risk of an avalanche. I can talk, I swear. I apologize to anyone who's having to listen to me. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliance like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 10-9 building, then up through Dogenzaka, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in its outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Within its dimly lit interior, you'll find rows of wares all caked in dust. At a glance, you might, well, assume the place was closed. A mom-and-pop place like Endo's couldn't compete with the big consumer chains booming throughout Shibuya. So far, the store had remained in business, thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. But things weren't looking good for the future. Achi, the eldest son and nominal successor to the business, had no interest whatsoever in working there.
I mean...
Whoop. Alright, Achi stepped out of the shop and into the sunny morning air. The good weather lifted his spirits. Alrighty, time to do this! He unfurled one of the big garbage bags, which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. I am garbage man. Then he slowly made his way towards Shibuya Station, scanning his surroundings all the while. Sheesh, this place is filthy. He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been tossed on the ground. Then, with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag. My boy picks up trash.
He cares about the planet!
He does! He'd been picking up trash around town like this for about 6 months now. It had gotten so that the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days, he'd fill his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house in Dogenzaka to the train station. Today, he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention.
I'm sorry! I'm in a bit of a hurry here.
He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by 2 men, one with brown hair, one with black. From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts for some hostess club. He ran
They
into this.
look like straight up gigolos. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, nothing like 10 a.m. recruitment hours. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently on his trash cleaning walks around town. Another kind of trash to take care of.
Felt that.
Achi quickly interposed himself between the girl and the 2 recruiters. Hey, can't you see that you're bothering her?
Huh? Who the hell are you? The 2 men glared. Take a hike, pal.
Achi stood his ground. Look, she ain't interested. You're just gonna have to find some of their mark. The hustler's annoyance turned to open rage.
Well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy?
The brown-haired thug smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog worrying a bone.
How about we take this someplace more quiet, yeah?
So, you might notice that we've got some blue text, which says it's a tip.
Ooh.
Someplace more quiet. What this means can depend on the person speaking. To a young woman, let's go someplace more quiet might suggest a cafe or a park, but to a street punk, it might mean an alley where passerby are unlikely to interrupt. The girl stood by uneasily watching the goings-on. You know, I think that's you or me.
Hey, take it easy. I don't know.
I think maybe that's. I'll take it.
I think.
Yeah. I think that's me. Hey, take it easy. I'm not looking for trouble.
That's supposed to be an apology, eh? On your knees, beg, pal.
The man spat his gum onto the ground. Litterer. Achi looked down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk. His last shred of
Ew.
goodwill vanished. You better
Mine
pick that
too.
up right now.
What? Didn't you hear me? 'Cause I told you to get down on your knees and back.
Achi's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw.
I don't know what that was.
It was beautiful.
I'm trying. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Take it easy, pal.
The other man's bravado drained from his face. Achi tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's reddening brow.
Ah, ugh.
The man struggled, but Achi just tightened his grip.
My hair.
Gum's a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gotten stuck to the street, you know. Ever stop to
I
consider
get it.
that?
Yeah, sure. Wait. Dot. Are you?
The other hustler's panicked eyes had fixed on Achi's chest.
He's. Oh, look at him. Yeah, oh crap! Sure, man.
The guy's voice was starting to break.
That's mean clean. A guy with a mean clean shirt carrying around a trash bag? That means you're... Oh,
His face went
shit.
pale.
Meme clean? I am a meme, so...
The other man echoed the words through his held-shut jaw, tears welling up in his eyes. Get it right, pal. Achi clenched the man's jaw harder still. It's mean clean. Fucker.
Ow! 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 Whoa, sorry. We're sorry, man. You're IQ, right? Dude, we honestly had no idea. Come on, man. We gotta cut us some slack.
The man scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the street, stuffing it into his pants pocket. Oh man, that's gonna be hard to get out.
Yeah. Big oof. Big oof hours.
Finally, Achi let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Gasping out hasty apologies, the two thugs scampered off. Hey, so... A shy smile came to the girl's face. The girl is Ryoko Kakinuma, a second-year student at Midoriyama Academy's law school. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to a part-time job at a cafe. It's a popular plot in trashy e-novels for the main character to fall in love with a hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen in real life.
Mood. Mood.
Hey, so... Thank you for saving me.
No, I apologize.
Huh?
The girl stared in surprise. You'll run into creeps like that now and then, but don't hold it against us. Shibuya is a good town.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She gave her a quick wave, then turned and continued on his way down to Okanzaka. I love this kid. Achi,
Thugs just like are not phased by him. Like they're just scared of this little boy.
they saw
Yeah.
this kid with a recycling t-shirt and beat
And
it.
said, "Oh hell no."
He has a fucking superhero name, and they said, no way.
Yep.
Achi was Shibuya born and raised. He was keenly aware of all the changes the ward had seen since he was a little kid. Grocery stalls in inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings. Achi knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town. Not on his watch. Achi made his way down towards Shibuya Station. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the Scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart, with streets like Bunkamoradori and Center Gai serving as the arteries pumping a bloodstream made of people. Today, as ever, the heart was pumping that blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya. And there was Achi, just another part of this great urban organism. Guess I'm one of the city's white blood cells. Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell? Hold on. Is that right? Or did I have it right the first time? White blood cells eliminate pathogens from the bloodstream. Red blood cells carry oxygen throughout the body. Achi was probably thinking of white blood cells.
I'm proud of you for your science class knowledge.
Look, all of us got to go through biology at some point. Emerging from his reverie, he noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko outside Shibuya Station. Oh, she is totally my type. My type. To be up someone's alley. To be someone's cup of tea. Wonder if she's a model or small-time actress or something. Looks like
She does look like, yeah.
Looks like she's waiting for someone. I mean, to be fair, like, everyone in this game looks like a model or a small-time actress. Weirdly enough.
Oh, it's like they cast these
Weird.
people.
Looks like she's probably waiting for someone. Probably another guy. Dang. Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably the rich-ass CEO of an IT company or something. Crouching down to tie off the trash bag, he continued gazing wistfully at the girl. Then he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind of businessmen might use. It was a large case, and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands. Alright, we have our first choice what to do. Alright, so A is, now what kind of person makes a young lady lug around something heavy like that? Achi figured he'd offer to carry it for her. Or B, but first I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. So what do we want to do?
Oh, damn. So either we litter. No. Either we keep the trash. Well, and then go talk to the girl, or we go talk to the girl first, and then dump the trash.
Yep. What do you want to do?
Okay, I feel like this is a weird trick question type of thing. Like, I think we should go to her fast, because if we throw away the trash first, and I don't know, some weirdo pops up from the bushes and snags her away, then we're too far away because we've been looking for a trash can, and everyone knows that in Tokyo, well, we're not in Tokyo, it's hard to find a trash can. Anyway, that's what I heard.
So we want to go with A and offer to carry it for her? Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, by process of elimination.
Now what kind of person makes a young lady carry around something heavy like that? Achi figured he'd offer to carry it for her. The girl kept shifting her grip. It was clearly a strain for her to keep holding the case, but she didn't set it down. Whatever was inside, it had to be something pretty important. Achi made his way over to her, bristling inwardly at whoever had left her waiting like this. If I were you, I'd bust the head of the punk that's kept you waiting.
Same.
That thing looks heavy. Let me carry it for you. The girl stared back at Achi with wide eyes, but said nothing. Really, I'm happy to help. Sorry.
I had to try it. I had to try it.
I'm not gonna steal it or anything. His tone was hurried, and he impulsively reached for... I'm just gonna call it a briefcase, otherwise I'm going to stumble over that word over and over again.
Attaché, whatever that is.
I remember calling it briefcase in the first stream I did too, because I never looked up how to say it. So it's a briefcase.
It's a briefcase. That's what it is.
That's what it is. An instant later, a group of men descended on him from all sides. Whoa! Hey, what the hell? For an instant, Achi froze, unable to process what was happening. He tried to run, but the men shoved him unceremoniously to the ground and held him there. They were shouting about something or other, but he couldn't make out their words. The more he tried to struggle, the harder they held him down. The hell is this?
You can tell us that down at the precinct, pal.
I'm glad Detective Gumshoe is back. A man in a suit knelt alongside him, flashing a police badge. A badge identifies the wearer as a member of Japanese law enforcement. The old-style badge case included a small notebook for the bearer to write in, but the modern version is modeled after that but used by the FBI, where the badge case contains only the badge itself. That seems like such a waste of space, man.
It does. Also, Justin, you're right. 01's weapon is an attaché caliber, or however you say attache. Oh, I don't know, man. I know.
We're so lost. It's fine. We don't know how to say that word.
It's a briefcase.
It's a briefcase.
Just say it.
It's a briefcase. What? You're arresting me? The heck did I even do?
Yeah.
Instead of answering,
there.
they shoved Achi into the backseat of a patrol car. He gazed dejectedly out of the window. He could still see the girl. She didn't have the case anymore. Now she was talking to a man with a cane. Was he the person she'd been waiting for? A moment later, the car turned the corner, and the two of them slipped out of view. Achi slumped back into the seat, sulking and silent. Several hours passed. After a bunch of pointless questioning, the police finally determined he was innocent, and his father came to pick him up. For a long while, Achi just stared intently on the window of the car. Finally, his father caught his attention. The old man seemed to be in a surprisingly good mood, despite having to collect his son from the jailhouse.
Hey, son, stop getting in trouble. Stop going to jail, son. The badge also came in a box of lawyeros, you're right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Ichi, there's something I want to talk to you about.
If it's about me taking over the shop, now is not the time, okay?
No, it's not that. Look, there's just... let's just get home first.
Sure. Don't feel like going out today anyway. But now I'm curious.
You were in jail.
Yeah, I was in the slammer. What do you want to talk about?
Girls. I got some good news. I think you'll be pleased.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that. Please don't tell me you're getting remarried or something.
Oh, damn it. Spoiler alert. Damn, tag your spoilers, son. Yeah, about that.
Dad? I really don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so began a very long conversation.
When a man and a woman see each other in the park and they stare at each other for a long time.
Alright. So we got our first bad end. So there's a lot of bad ends in this. We get a hint every time we get a bad end. So bad end number 5 is arrested. Achi was just trying to be nice, but when he tried to take the briefcase, he walked right into the middle of a police stakeout. His heart was in the right place, but the timing was a bit off. Maybe he should have finished dealing with the garbage first and watched how the situation played out. Go back to Achi's 10:30 and try making a different decision. So, now what we get to do.
That's what we get for being chivalrous.
I know. You were so worried someone was going to jump out of the bushes and steal her away.
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone here's telling us. I don't trust nobody.
So,
yeah.
I will tell you that Kano is a police detective. Do you want to see what he does? Or do we want to fix Achi first?
Let's fix our boy. He needs some help here.
Alright.
He needs some help.
Alright. So we are back at 10:30. We've already tried to carry it for her, so instead we're gonna find a place to dump our trash. But first,
Which is impossible in Tokyo. So.
first, I gotta dump this trash. He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Huh? A man had come up beside the girl. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese. It looked like they were having a conversation. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Achi stared. Something tells me that's not her boyfriend. The girl handed the briefcase over to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Whoa! A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Achi and broke into a run, as if he'd been waiting for this very moment. The homeless man is Yuji Sasayama, a detective with the Shibuya precinct. Known as the cosplay detective due to the strange outfits he wears while on stakeouts, he's partnered with Shinya Kano for the kidnapping investigation. I love this man. I love this man so much.
Oh my god, the cosplay detective.
We will get to see him in Kano's. I love this man more than any other character in this entire game.
Damn.
Like,
he feels like a best boy.
He is so best boy. I love him.
No good deed goes unpunished. Yes. Eiji Hino. Yep, pretty much.
Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. So you'll see this one, we have red text. So red text means that we can jump over to another point of view. We can jump over to another character. We're not going to take that jump because we don't have Kano's stuff yet.
Okay.
And I don't want to skip all of that. I don't think I technically can, but we're going to go with it. Then, seemingly from everywhere, a whole bunch of other guys burst into motion. First one. Then another. A third, a fourth, a fifth. Over a dozen now. What the heck? Clearly something big was going down. Were they after the briefcase? Within moments, Achi lost sight of them all through the crowd. With that many people chasing him, the guy with the case was sure to get caught. But wait, what about that girl? Achi turned back around. The girl was still there. She was staring in the direction that the man who had taken the case had gone, a worried expression on her face. Alright, we have another thing. Another choice. Achi couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask her what was going on. Or, another crazy day in Shibuya. They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It would probably be a mistake to intrude. So what do we want to do?
Yeah, I'm not going next to her now because I know I'm gonna get arrested. So, like, even if they already went and, like, are trying to get that foreign guy, I don't know, getting close to her feels like a mistake.
So we don't want to intrude?
I'm hella sus now. I'm a little bit hella sus now, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it safe this time, but watch it be wrong.
Another crazy day in Shibuya. They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It would probably be a mistake to intrude. Yeah, I bet that's what this is. Some TV show about a kidnapping and the girl has to make the ransom handoff. And there's probably some actor lurking around here playing the suave, handsome detective. Achi gave a chuckle and turned away. A soothing breeze blew by as wispy clouds drifted overhead. They picked a nice day for a shoot. Smiling inwardly, he resumed his trash-picking mission, wondering what other surprises the day would hold. That was a gunshot. A few moments later, he heard a loud bang, and the scramble went into an uproar. Huh. Someone blew a tire? People were running from all directions to see what had made the sound. Oh.
Yeah, that's the sound tires make.
Maybe they're shooting an action scene now. Achi was a tad bit curious, but he strolled away from the scramble without looking back. Maybe he'd head out to Yotsuya today to stretch his legs a bit. Yotsuya is a neighborhood of the Shinjuku ward in the southeastern part of Tokyo, located approximately 4 kilometers northeast of Shibuya Station. While the numbers 428 in Japanese can be pronounced the same as the syllables for the name Shibuya, they can also be pronounced like the syllables for Yotsuya. Additionally, April 28th is both Shibuya Day and Yotsuya Day, along with Seniors Day. It was best not to get distracted. There was trash that needed collecting. Alright. Another bad end. Number 7. Your future is garbage.
My future is garbage.
Achi decided to go on collecting trash because he decided the commotion in the Scramble was probably just a TV shoot in progress. He'll probably have a pretty uneventful day, which is all well and good for him, but the girl was actually in danger, as he'd have discovered if he'd investigated further. He missed his chance to try to help her out. Go back and try making a different choice.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, we know from the previous timeline that it's not a filming, and we talked to the girl, it triggers a domino effect that leads to our dad getting remarried. Wait, what? I mean...
Alright, continue to fix Achi or go over to Kano.
Let's fix him, I feel so bad. So bad for this boy, I keep making his life terrible. He probably, like, the girl probably just died. Anyway.
Alright. Let's go talk to her this time. She's pretty, we need a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Achi couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what was going on? But just as he was making up his mind, a middle-aged man in a ratty business suit shuffled awkwardly over to her first. Was there something wrong with one of his legs? He was using a cane to walk. Then one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket. Achi could scarcely believe his eyes. Well, that's very illegal.
Oh.
A revolver? It is a Colt Detective Special, a .38 caliber revolver introduced in 1927 by Colt's Manufacturing Company. A classic example of a snub-nosed revolver. As the name implied, the weapon is frequently carried by detectives, narcotics officers, and the like for self-defense. Suddenly, a young man came running through the crowd. Seeing him, the man with the cane turned on his heel and vanished into the Scramble. Something big was going down. What is all this? The young man was closing in on the girl, his expression grim. That guy's up to no good. Achi sprang into motion. Hi-ya! Leaping high, Achi delivered a flying kick right between the man's shoulder blades.
Why? He's the one trying to help.
The guy went down, but recovered surprisingly fast, spinning back up to his feet to grapple with Achi.
What the hell is your problem?
What the hell is your problem, man? Achi snapped. The two stood staring each other down as the crowd swirled around them.
Gee. Alright, let go of me.
You let go of me first!
No. After you let go of me, yeah, sure.
You first, pal!
No, you. Don't call me pal, man.
Don't call me man, pal! Neither man was willing to yield.
Testosterone levels rising.
The crowd had parted to avoid the scuffle. Passerby were staring from all sides. Well, crap. Achi got a sudden sinking feeling. What the hell am I even doing? Jumped in over my head, as usual. His anger melted away. He loosened his grip. Without further argument, the other man let go of Achi's jacket. Turning quickly away, the stranger hurried over to the statue of Hachiko, where he dropped to his knees, dejected. The girl who had been standing there was nowhere to be seen. Maybe this was the guy she'd been waiting on? The guy was clearly upset that she was missing. Achi actually felt kind of bad for him. He decided it would be wise to leave while that guy's attention was elsewhere. He hurried back along the road to his house. The wind had gone out of his sails, and he didn't feel much like cleaning up trash anymore. Oh, well. Guess I'll read some manga and go to bed.
That's a mood, honey.
Better play it
Mood.
safe before the day got any worse.
The crowd gathers around and chants, "Fight, fight, fight, fight."
All right, we have our bad end number 6, tussle with a stranger. Achi's interference with the young man, it was Kano, disrupted the detective's sting. If Achi hadn't acted on impulse when he saw Kano heading for Hitomi, things might have gone differently. But how can you make sure Kano doesn't return to the Scramble and startle Achi? The key lies further along in Kano's story. So, we've gotten as far as we can with Achi. Time to figure out Kano.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Whoa! It was a dark and stormy night. I didn't
Alright.
have my cigarettes.
Shinya Kano.
What up, bitches? I'm a detective. Aw, yeah.
Gonna move me a little bit. Sorry,
It's
guys.
2 more minutes to go. Wow, that's a fancy ass watch, honey. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. Like Death Note, but not really. The time was 9:58 a.m. We're working 9 to 5. I'm not Dolly Parton. Okay. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. That's a mood. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure, because I'm the best. Lives were on the line here. He eyed his surroundings sexily. Or not. That'd be kind of weird. Was the perp really going to show up? Hmm? When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? Is that Kumi Koda?
No, I'm pretty sure that's Ayakamiki.
Oh, hey, girl! Anyway. The Shibuya Scramble was as packed as ever. A throng of people What? A throng? Okay, anyway, crossing this way and that blissfully unaware. Peasants. Of the dozens of detectives hidden in the midst. One of them, my buddy, the cosplayer.
I love him.
You know. Alright, another minute and a half. I love my glasses. Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. Sexily again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Damn! Seconds go by really, really slow for some reason. Alright, Detective Kano had been with the enforcement arm of Shibuya's Criminal Affairs section for a year now, but he'd never been part of an operation this big before. It's called a promotion, honey. Alright. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript briefcase.
It's a briefcase.
We ain't gonna go there.
We are
Ain't
not.
gonna go there.
No.
We'll... Hitomi Yasawa, age 19. The briefcase in her hands contained a full 50 million yen in cash. I wanted it for myself, but I wasn't gonna be that kid. Yesterday, her twin sister Marie, really? Her name's Maria?
Mhm.
Alright, had been kidnapped. That's, I mean, get it. This was the ransom payment. Oh damn, poor girl. Damn. The culprit had called Hitomi last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya. It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured, just loud enough for him to hear.
Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you?
You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued.
You're too nervous. Just relax already.
No. You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Kano frowned. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? It's weird. Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer of the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. He even looked like it.
So
especially right now.
Shibuya Precinct. The official name is the Shibuya Central Precinct, responsible for the safety of approximately 200,000 people in 32 neighborhoods, including Uehara, Ugisudanicho, Udagawa-cho, Ibisu, Ibusinichi, Ibusiminami, Oyamacho, Kamiyamacho, Sakura-go, Gaokacho. This is really weird to read in Romaji. Let me just say, Sasuzuka.
Say the Japanese pronunciation. Just say it.
Sarugakucho, Shibuya, Shoto, Jingumae, Shinsencho, Jinan, Sendagaya, Daikanyo-macho, Dogenzaka, Tomigaya, Nanpedacho, Nishihara, Hatagaya, Hachiyamacho, Hatsudai, Higashi, Hiro, Honmachi, Maruyamacho, Moto Yoyogicho, Yoyogi, and Yoyogi Kamizoncho.
That's a lot.
It's 32 different districts. So Shibuya has different wards. I believe it's 24 wards, and then different districts in each ward, which is how you know sort of where you are in the city. Each area isn't more than it's more than a few blocks, but it's not a ton of blocks. I don't know, you're talking 20 blocks max for each of those areas.
I mean, someone's gotta cover them. I guess it's these people. Yes. Yeah, Yuji Sasayama was senior officer of the Shibuya Precinct Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. He always went a little overboard with the disguises. Not that I mind, sometimes they're really nice. Right. He claimed it was all part of the job, but word around the station was he just liked playing dress up. He was planning to go to Comic-Con next weekend, but...
Hey pal, spare some change?
Oh god. Unhand me. Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled close to Kano. Too close. Too close for comfort. Hey, knock that off. Cooties. Fitting for the part, Sasayama reeked pretty badly.
Well, ain't so suspicious now, damn. Huh? Ain't no suspicious now, huh?
He clung to Kano with mock camaraderie. Wow, okay, I should have waited for that. Mock camaraderie, despite the young man's attempts to pull away. Come on, Sasayama, cut it out!
No.
Yeah. Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. I'm not very Daijobu right now, sir.
Suck it fucking
Of course, there was a good reason for that confidence. This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were positioned at a good distance from where the handoff was going to take place.
A jurisdiction is a particular region over which an organization, or a member thereof, has control or authority. Refers here to the areas under the jurisdiction of various police departments. The Metropolitan Police Department, at the pinnacle of Tokyo's police hierarchy, has vastly more authority than local precincts, but since many officers wind up needing to work with both, the outright rivalry between the two isn't as notable as TV dramas may make it seem.
Felt that. The statue of Hachiko was surrounded by elite investigators from one of HQ's special investigation teams.
The statue of Hachiko
Squad.
is a bronze statue of a dog erected in 1934. The dog was famous for loyally waiting for his absent master, well known as a meetup spot outside Shibuya Station. Other popular meetup spots at the station are the display car for the original Tokyo 5000 series, commonly known as the Green Frog, and the Moyai statue by the west entrance. You can see those there.
Ooh.
HQ refers to the Metropolitan Police Department, the Tokyo Police section responsible for managing 101 precincts within the city. Japan's largest police organization. In addition to policing Tokyo, it has various other duties and authorities for maintaining public order in the capital.
And eating all the donuts.
Yes. Every donut in Tokyo.
Are belong to us. Alright. Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup if the kidnapper attempted to flee. Like a little bitch.
Look, just try to relax. We'll be fine.
Sasayama gave him a wink. A moment later, I blushed, and the radio squawked in Kano's car.
Alright, everyone, it's time. Keep your eyes open.
The voice coming through the earpiece was Koji Kuze, HQ's operations director. Yes, I can read that.
The operations director is the individual responsible for directing the investigation in the event of a serious crime. If a task force is set up, the operations director is the one who assumes command. TV dramas and other fictional accounts often feature some young prodigy from the MPD as operations director, but in reality, the position usually goes to a proven veteran.
Cause respect your elders. Until last year, he'd been Shibuya's precinct's head detective and Kano's supervisor.
We don't know when the perp is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down.
Can't make no promises, but Kuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear.
I don't think I quite made low and gravelly, but
we try. Also, I love this comment. It's like the Squidward house statue is the Moai one. Yes, I agree. It is the Squidward house statue, yes. Wait, that's you? Or me?
Sounds like that's me. You don't sound too worried, Kuze.
Kinda winced at Sasayama's words. How could the man be so nonchalant? The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. Whap! Kano smacked himself in the thigh to release a little tension. Because that's what I do. When I'm tense, I just slap my thigh.
We got this.
Oh yeah, the sound was louder than he intended. Okay, because he was thick. Though, his muscular physique, told you, it did little to dampen the noise. He needed to stay focused. He might be called into action at any moment. And moves his thick thighs. The department handled abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. Was it an attempt to extort money, or was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with the criminal. And based on the investigation team's initial findings this time around, they probably were dealing with a professional kidnapper. Which should not be a profession, but you know, it happened. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet.
I'd like to point out, if you manage to kidnap someone more than once, Does that make you a professional kidnapper? Or, like,
Right.
how many people do you have to kidnap to become a professional?
Right.
Asking
Like,
for a
what's
friend,
the
of course,
requirement?
but...
What's the requirement? Like, what's the critique?
Mhm.
Anyway. And when I heard rap sheet, all I could think about is hype mic, and I know it's not hype mic, but you know. But anyway, Kano's dummy thick, and the clap of his thighs makes a loud sound that Achi will mistake for a gunshot. Yes, I agree. This is a great fanfic. I love this. Alright. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far, we had a few leads on who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whomever came to make the handoff on site. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being. A doubt stuck for her.
Still nothing.
Sasayama muttered, yes. There he is! Ooh! Oh, he's here. Ooh. I think he's an American. Kuze broke in, his voice spiking into an excited chirp.
An excited chirp is Kuze's particular vocal quirk. Whenever he gets overly flustered, excited, or panicked, he slips into a childish register, prone to babbling and pitching his voice. I will try to remember that. I probably won't. Suspect is a young male in his 20s, wearing a bandana and an orange hoodie.
Thanks, Mom, said Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking like an excited child. It's pretty nice. That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano and Sasayama steeled themselves. Man of Steel. Not Superman, but you know. If you attempt multiple times, you're a serial kidnapper. You must be competent and paid to be a professional kidnapper. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. They could see the subject now. A 20-something male nonchalantly approaching Hitomi to talk to her.
All right, people.
Oh,
be ready to grab this guy.
Oh. Kuze was stationed in the mobile command center not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera team. How about them techies, though? The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hitomi. Detectives watched uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper?
All right, we have a choice. That's him. Kano took a step forward, then hesitated. Or B, the situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to get a better look at things. So we gonna go and take him now, or do we want to wait and wait it out?
He doesn't look like the American. So, and he's holding like these flyers for something.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we could wait because he doesn't look like the American that we were hella sus about.
Sounds good.
The situation wasn't entirely clear. He needed to get a better look at things. The newcomer held a bundle of letter-sized paper which showed Hitomi as he went on talking. Also, I really wanted to read what his hoodie said, but I couldn't get a good look. He tried to hand her one of the papers, but she pointedly ignored him. Undeterred, the man kept trying to foist it off on her, because he's a persistent little bitch, and Hitomi refused to respond, becoming as motionless as the statue of Hachiko behind her. Until finally, the man gave up and walked away. The correct thing to do.
Guess it wasn't him.
Yeah, he didn't look that sus. Alright, Kano felt the tension of the moment linger in his spine.
Guy must have been hitting on her.
Or selling something. Yeah, Sasayama muttered.
Alright, hitting on her is succeeding at meeting someone on the fly like this takes a special knack. Looks are also important. Sometimes, of course, the person trying to get your attention out of nowhere is just trying to make a sales pitch for a product or a nearby establishment. At first glance, it isn't always easy to tell the difference.
Called it.
I mean, she is pretty cute and all.
Yeah, he had a point. I mean, look at her flawless hair.
Mhm.
Damn, girl.
Though, of course.
Something in Sasayama's voice made Kano brace himself.
She's got nothing on my Mii-chan.
Oh, damn. Mii-chan was Sasayama's wife. They'd gotten married just last month. So he was all like, ooh, my wife.
Let me tell you, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself.
Oh.
This
This was
man-
Sasayama's favorite topic lately. And Kano was getting more and more fed up with it.
Look, this man is just in love with his wife. It's great.
That's so nice.
It's
oh
so
my
cute.
god, I ship it.
Uh-huh.
I ship it. Sasayama, come on, just knock it off, okay? I have my 2D waifus. It's fine. The phrase had become a common refrain of his since the department partnered them.
Fine, fine. Let's just talk about your girlfriend then.
Eh. We don't. No. No, you can't be serious. No. Sasayama leaned in close again.
What's she like?
Oh my god. We are not having this conversation in public. I'm gonna slap my thigh again. We are not. Kano muttered, looking away.
Oh, come
All
on.
tsundere-like. Sasayama set his hand on Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker.
Show me your phone. Let me see your lock screen.
Eh? No, you can't see Miku. Not Miku Hatsune. Sasayama pawed for the phone.
You've
like
gotta-
a kitten.
You've got a pic of your girl on your lock screen, yeah?
It's a secret. Like, I do not. But he did. It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were. Are you stalking me?
Yes.
Hey, cut it out. We're in the middle of an investigation.
I am investigating.
Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. Thief!
No, I'm homeless. It's fine.
His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen.
The heck is this?
Don't at me, bro. It's not. It is not.
Ain't this Masami Nagahama? Masami Nagahama is a national star. She tends to play the heroine on national morning soap operas or in national historical dramas. Her songs have been a series of national hits, and she's even slated to host the year-end national singing competition program. Everything about her is national.
She's the Japan's national girlfriend. Therefore, I get a free pass, okay? Everyone's dating her. The nation is. Kind of realized he had to bite the bullet. No, that's my girlfriend. Her name's Rumi, and she's Sasayama cut him off.
You're telling me this ain't Masami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahama.
I'm getting very offended right now. Like I said.
You sly old dog! Trying to make like you're dating Masami Nagahama.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, I guess Rumi does kind of look like her, but you know. So Sayama let out a huff and a puff, and he blew his cover.
For real? You really think I'm gonna fall for that?
There's nothing to fall for, I swear. Sasayama scowled, unconvinced.
Alright, then why don't you marry her?
I have commitment issues. Listen. Kano stammered, but he had no answer. And there's also Miku Hatsune. So, my choices are pretty varied. The truth was, he would have happily married her already, but there were obstacles that needed to overcome. Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job. Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi, who we're praying is still there. Because we were talking about waifus this entire time.
Look, we gotta, drag Kano, of course, for his fictional girlfriend. It's fine.
It's fine. Kano, she lives in Canada and is way prettier than your wife will ever be. Oh, damn.
You take that back. Mii-chan is perfect.
Mii-chan is best girl.
Exactly.
Kano let out a quick, uneasy but his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama had been trying to relieve a bit of the tension, even though he made me more nervous. By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. Because he was probably doing his job. Unlike us. He peered at Hitomi. The strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the briefcase itself, the 5,000, 10,000 yen bills, yeah, it held weight close to 6 kilos. Okay, how do you know all that? Alright, her slender arms must have been getting tired.
I assume that she did not just show up with this briefcase. I assume that, they might have put some stuff in the briefcase with the money.
I'm guessing it's premium Bandai goods that are worth that much. No, okay. Still, she refused to set the case down.
It's just a bunch of Beyblades in there, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just Beyblades. That's it. Just premium Bandai Beyblades. That's all it is. Or Gunpla. Take your pick. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. I mean, nobody would. The kidnapping case had begun the day before, around 7 p.m.
This is MPD Dispatch. The Shibuya precinct is reporting a missing person, believed to be an abduction. In Japanese law, the act of indirectly luring or deceiving someone into the control of a third party is known as kidnapping. Using forceful threats or violence to achieve the same result is known as abduction. Subject is Mario Osawa, a 19-year-old student at Midoriyama Academy, last seen at the LL Diner near campus. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. All officers in the vicinity report to the scene at once.
Kano and Sasayama had been working a burglary case in Jingumai's 5th district when they got the call. Here we go. The two arrived at the LL Diner at 7:15 p.m. That's 2 L's, so the other L must be the detective. At roughly the same time, several other officers showed up to the secure area, blocking off entry to nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. Yes, indeed. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met, not a hobo, were met by the girl who reported the kidnapping. It was the victim's twin sister, Hitomi. Could you tell us about when Maria was taken, starting from the very beginning, please? Kano said, keeping his voice low.
My sister and I, we were supposed to go to a party together today.
Hitomi was trembling, her voice hoarse.
But I messed up the time. I showed up right at 7, an hour later than I was supposed to.
So, Maria had gone alone to the party, a mixer for locals and exchange students. Damn girl, you too young, said me. inside. Hitomi arrived late, had showed up, and just in time to glance out through the restaurant window to see her sister getting shoved into a car. That's rough, buddy. She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make.
Why would something like this happen to her?
Hitomi held back her tears, but she was shaking all over. Did you get a good look at the kidnapper?
Yes, it was a man. Middle-aged.
There was another eyewitness, Leland Palmer. It looks like he's from Alabama. Alright. I don't know how Alabamas look. I'm sorry to all Alabamians out there. Please don't kill me. Alright, he identified himself as a lecturer at Hitomi and Maria's school.
I saw too. It's like Hitomi says. I heard Hitomi cry out, and so I went to the window to look, and
His Japanese was halting, as if he hadn't been in the country very long. But we're just nodding in amazement.
And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone. Oh, and I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone.
Same.
I forgot who I was.
You're good. Leland explained that he had seen the man shove Maria into the back seat and clamber into the driver's seat. If he had an accomplice, wouldn't they have been driving? Neither Hitomi nor Leland, I don't know, had gotten a look at the suspect's face. Kano was interviewing others who had been on the scene, looking for potential witnesses, when his phone rang. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single... It was Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the senior detectives.
We've set up a task...
Oh, that's he.
That's
yes.
me. We've set up a task force for the investigation. Get back to the station once you have a handle on the situation there.
Alright, soul brother. Barely half an hour had passed between the time the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation.
A task force. Roughly 150 people are working on the case in the Shibuya Precinct's conference room. The main force at work is HQ's 1st Special Investigation Unit. Additionally, other detective sections, a riot squad, and investigators from neighboring precincts have been assembled.
Barely half an hour had passed between the time the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation. When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuze had already arrived from HQ. He informed them that a response team had been formed to investigate the victim's home.
In a case where someone has been abducted for ransom, it's often difficult to resolve the situation without cooperating with the victim's family. But the family can also be a hindrance in making an arrest. To help guide the family's actions, a response team is assembled and stationed at the victim's home, led by an investigator with the proper training.
Sorry, just really quick. The national girlfriend cannot be tied down to one man, just like Ryoma Takeuchi. Yes, I agree with that. He's a very sexy man. Anyway, he was in Detective Pikachu as Red. Alright, and his Kamen Rider. Drive. Alright, Kano could feel a peculiar tension in the air. Unfamiliar MPD detectives scurried to and fro around Shibuya offices. He pulled one of them aside to get a quick update. An hour had now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator had made a threatening call to the victim's home. Like a loser. He said the following.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m., by Hachiko in Shibuya. Have the sister Hitomi bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit. Hello, Banana Man.
Yeah. He's just, having his best life. Kajiwara from the precinct was put on the response team, along with detectives from elsewhere who'd received special training in abduction cases and enjoying their, their lunch or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like the other guy has a
Normally,
sandwich.
Yeah, right. Is that a sandwich?
I think so.
I was like, is that onigiri or a sandwich?
I think that's the
It's
sandwich.
coffee. Yeah. God, I want one. Anyway, normally a local precinct detective would have gone undercover in the victim's home. Kuze, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial and had sent Kajiwara along. Kept eyeing that banana. The detectives disguised themselves as delivery people and movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion, arriving there at 8:30. Clickety-clack. The response team had come prepared to run a trace if the kidnapper contacted the family a second time, but there were no further calls.
A trace is the act of pinpointing the source of an incoming phone call. The police are not allowed to do this independently without oversight. They must go through a formalized process that includes securing the cooperation of the phone company. In the past, conducting the trace itself would take time, but nowadays, acquiring the location can be practically instantaneous. Just not on TV
Good on 'em.
dramas.
Yeah.
It's always
well,
that
everything
stall
in TV
them.
dramas. Yeah. Yeah. Kano checked his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed since the time designated for the ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear. He's
Crap.
probably late.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, crap. Think we might have spooked him? He wondered out loud.
Hey, stay calm.
Sasayama scanned the passing throng.
He's just playing with us.
I hate people who are not punctual. This is my pet peeve, damn it.
How dare you
This
not
guy
be
even-
punctual picking up your ransom?
Yeah, goddamn. Why this guy even picked this place? Kano voiced the question that he'd been asking himself ever since he heard the kidnapper's demands. It's hella popular and they're like tourists everywhere. Sasayama shrugged.
Figure he must want to blend in with the crowd, nab the money, and disappear before anyone knows he's there would be my guess.
You right, fam. In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza? Big crowds didn't just benefit the kidnapper after all. It also allowed the police to use the sea of people to conceal their own operation. We're not galaxy braining today. No, sir. We ain't doing that. Right now, there were 50 detectives stationed within 50-meter radius of where Hitomi stood. Kidnapper would be taking a major risk if this plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Any criminal with half a brain would know better than to do a handoff in front of Hachiko.
You're overthinking things, pal.
No, I think but Sasayama grumbled. I'm not. You don't know me. You don't know my life. Alright. Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. Like Steve from Blue's Clues.
I forgot about the dick diary.
Oh my god. This was Kano's dick diary, which he always kept close at hand. Oh. What is this? Sasayama rolled his eye.
That thing again?
Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages. With many silly jokes. Ah, here it is.
Dick dictum number 89. The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be.
It was his favorite saying of Kyuzo Tateno, an assistant inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Tateno was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Of course, Hitomi hadn't been informed of how much protection she was under, There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might alert the kidnapper. I think Tatano has the right idea. They're like, does dick equal detective? I mean,
Yeah, like I'm
mean,
sure that's
yeah.
what it was supposed to be, but every time there's a couple games now that I've played that they've done the whole localization of detective to dick, and I get it, and I know the correlation, but also it's such an old correlation that I don't think anyone really thinks about them like that anymore. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I felt that.
mhm.
If my ransom demands are not met exactly, Maria Osawa's life will end and Mr. Endo's marital status will be changed against his son's wishes. Kidnapper son, you are under arrest for rudely making us waste our time waiting for you. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I
Mhm.
would arrest him for that. Sasayama snorted quietly. Maybe I mean, he's a great detective. Don't get me wrong. Oh wait, that's
That's
you.
me. Maybe.
Sasayama snorted quietly.
I mean, he's a great detective, don't get me wrong, but do you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider?
Again, Kano ignored him. If it didn't matter if anybody else understood. Kano had faith in Tatano as both a detective and as an individual. He's senpai.
He is senpai. Senpai noticed us.
Please. He had first witnessed Tatano's brilliance during a standoff at a financial company 3 years earlier. The man had shut himself in an office, splashing gasoline everywhere, threatening to set the place ablaze. Damn, that's hardcore. While the others hesitated, Tatano, unflinched, doused himself with gasoline and strode into the building like a champ, where he managed to talk the man down and secure the seat. What?
Can we talk about
Who?
the fact that he did not actually need to douse himself in gasoline? He just said, you know what would be fun?
If I did it anyway.
If I took a gasoline bath.
Right. Wow. The others had been awestruck by Tatano's actions, including me.
Yeah.
And Kano, who at the time had been content to be run-of-the-mill policeman, had found it quite inspiring.
Yeah, now we keep our own dick diary about him.
Dear diary. So there's this guy.
Still, you know.
Sasayama muttered under his breath.
As great a detective as Tatano is, it's not like anyone else in the world has ever heard of him.
I suppose not. Kano said so.
Only time anyone ever hears a cop's name is if he's caught up in some scandal or killed in the line of duty. I mean, doesn't really seem fair, does it? Why does everyone have a banana?
That's my question. Where did these bananas come from? Like,
I don't know. Bananas
God.
are awful.
I know, they're my least favorite fruit. I never understood
They're
the hype.
so gross.
Anyway,
I hate them.
but you know, potassium. Anyway, I mean, it was just a strange definition of unfair, really.
I mean, you've got celebrity chefs and celebrity hairdressers and stuff, so how come no celebrity gumshoes, you know?
Look, please, can you just focus on what we're doing here?
No.
No, we're just gonna eat banana and
It's
talk
so
about how there's no
boring.
celebrity cops. Kano rubbed his eyes when he turned his attention back to Hitomi. This is unfortunately not cops, I'm sorry.
What the matter? Didn't sleep?
Don't at me, I was watching a concert at 3 a.m. Not enough, I guess.
Did you eat?
Who needs to eat when there's anime? Didn't have time. Between bringing in supplies for the base of operations, readying the team's vehicles, photocopying hundreds of documents, and various other tasks, Kano had barely slept the previous night and had gotten a meal in either. And here you are with a banana.
I know.
Damn.
A base of operations is usually set up in a large room at the precinct, such as an auditorium. MPD and precinct investigators assemble there, and communications equipment, investigation resources, and such are brought in. Because of the scale and scope of these activities, newspaper reporters can be liable to notice, and so in cases such as kidnapping where a victim's personal safety is at stake, the flow of information is tightly controlled. What have you been doing? I guess that's you.
Puffed out his chest.
Saving up my energy for today.
Doing?
Saving up my energy for today.
Good to know, pal. So you were sleeping in. Like kitty.
Yep. Not my fault you were stupid enough to help.
True. Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame.
There he is.
Oh damn. Kuzei's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. Like an excited schoolgirl.
The man in the black coat. He's not Japanese, looks to be in his early 30s.
Oh damn. A foreign man had emerged from the crowd, standing. He made his way towards her, his expression blank. Hella sus! He didn't match the description he told me he had given them, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same, maybe the kidnapper was using an accomplice to snatch the ransom payment. I would believe that, actually. Alright.
This may be our guy.
Sasayama raised an eyebrow. This was it. Oh my god! Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. Bent to his knees, slapped them again thickly, and readied himself for action. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold.
Alright, we have our handoff.
Was this a culprit, or perhaps the stranger took hold of the briefcase? It was him. OMG, girl.
I'm sorry.
Anma. No, you're good. Let's go, Kano.
Let's go, Kano.
That's you.
That's me.
Damn it. On it. We run it. Yeah, and we did stuff, and then they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched both in arms, the man veered suddenly and running right toward them. Oh no.
Alright, we have hit our keep out.
What does that mean? Are we gonna die?
No. So basically what this means is that you have to unlock someone else's thing. And remember we had that red text, the jump? So we have to jump there from Achi's to resolve this bad end.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and hit our jump.
Hey, small child, out of our way.
Whoa! A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Achi and broke into a run, as if he'd been waiting for this very moment. Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. So let's go ahead and make our jump. We're going to jump from Achi to Kano at 10:30. This generally only happens when characters interact with each other, but sometimes they don't have to directly interact. Let's go, Kano!
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Yes. On it. Yeah. Let's get 'em, fam. Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. Whee! But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running right toward them.
What?
Catching the sight of the two detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt, then bolted off in a new direction. That's weird. Oh no, not the banana! Kano whipped off his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. At the crosswalks, the signal changed to red, and the flow of foot traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion.
I'd like to point out, Kano thinks he's fucking Clark Kent because all he decided to dress up in was some glasses.
Wow, man.
That was
you
his
must think
disguise.
really highly of himself. Wow, buddy. Okay, I see your fantasies. Okay. There was no escape for the culprit now. Or so it appeared. The converging cops slowed their pace confidently. The man was cornered. Alright, Steve, you're going down. When the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without a... Did freeze.
You must
Hold
have
on.
frozen.
With... No! I'm like froze. Oh,
Okay.
no.
Do you want me to tap in?
Ah,
Yes, tap it. Oh,
Alright.
wait. There it is.
Good?
Okay. Yeah. The foreign barrel, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation, the mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with him. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing.
Kano, are you crazy? Come back!
You can't tell me what to do. Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onward.
Look, we found out about his fictional girlfriend, so
It's true.
he has nothing more to live for.
You're right. You're right, though. With shouts and sirens echoing all around him, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Wow. No capes. That's why you don't wear a big-ass coat, man. Like, damn. Like, look at him. Like,
I know, it's
mean,
like
I get
billowing
it.
behind him.
Right.
It's very aesthetic.
Yeah, I'll give him that. The banana peel was also a disguise. Yeah,
Yeah?
I totally agree with that. Just a little closer, and he'd be in tackling range. Lean forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. Oh yeah, it was now or never.
Kano, back off! Don't take him down!
No, Dad, I'm doing it for my honor and my family. It was Kuze shouting through Kano's earpiece. Huh? Kano hesitated in surprise. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal?
Let him go for
That's
now!
weird.
The real perp is someplace else! Perp is
Oh,
police
damn,
jargon for
boy.
perpetrator. Here, Kuze is referring to the fact that the principal offender in the case must be elsewhere.
Big oof, fams. What had happened to the plan? He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want them to catch the perpetrator?
Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's trail. Forensics team, get busy cross-referencing photos. The arrest team is the police team dedicated exclusively to the task of apprehending the criminal. While a kidnapping case is in progress, the roles of the officers involved are carefully designated so that every officer is ready to take immediate action as the situation develops. Typically, tried and true veteran MPD officers are put in charge of teams for breaking into buildings or apprehending the suspect. The forensics team is the team deployed by the MPD to handle the actual tests and techniques of on-scene investigation, such as collecting and comparing fingerprints and analyzing photos of suspects.
Even if this foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they'd been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info on the kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. Kano recalled another maxim from his dick diary.
Dick dictum number 12. Always assume a worst-case scenario.
That's the mood. If Kuze had told him to let this guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with the ransom, and he succeeded, what was the right call here? Oh man, I'm gonna lose my job. Should I take this guy down or back off after all? Letting the perp escape now is too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP or let the other officers chase after the guy. Kato has his own job to do.
So we know that
no.
if Kano turns back and goes back to the station, he's going to fight with Achi.
Yeah.
So as long as he doesn't go back, we'll be okay.
Yeah. Let's do that then.
So we'll try to catch this guy, I think. Because I assume this guy's not just gonna run around in a circle, is my guess.
Yeah. Letting the perp escape now is too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP. YOLO. That's how I roll.
We got this.
Okay, the man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano ran faster, stronger, better. Anyway, the man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. He noticed two people over a trash pile. At first, it appeared to be a young couple. But, oh shit. Then, looking more closely, he realized that the girl was Hitomi. Mr. Cruz, oh, that's someone else.
We know who is with Hitomi now. Our Mr. Mean Clean.
He's a good boy.
That's you, by the way.
Mr. Kuze, I've located Hitomi Osawa. The couple took off running, the rough-looking guy dragging Hitomi by the hand. She's with a man in his 20s. It looks like she's being led away against her will.
Clarify, please.
Because they demanded.
What's going on?
Bruh. Was this guy a member of some criminal group? It looked like the two were running away from something.
Alright. We'll handle the foreigner. You go after Hitomi.
Got it. Kano sprang into action. Yay! And away he flew. Oh wow. Stop right there! The young man glanced back at Kano, but rather than stopping, he picked up speed, continuing to drag Hitomi along with him. She didn't seem quite able to keep up. Kano knew that he could catch them, because, I mean, he does marathons and shit. He tried to close the distance in a sprint. After a short distance, the young man stopped, realizing he couldn't outrun his pursuer. So is Aichi a kidnapper now?
Don't, slander my baby.
Is he kidnapping Hitomi? Anyway, shielding Hitomi behind him, he glowered at Kano. Why did you run off? Kano demanded.
Because you were chasing us.
Oh my god, typical child.
Okay, we've seen these two interact already.
Yo. Typical children. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my god. People didn't just bolt like that without good reason. The young tough started edging away, keeping Hitomi behind him. Kano followed. Look, just let the girl go. The guy glanced back at Hitomi. She shook her head fearfully. Maybe this troublemaker had warned her to keep her mouth shut? You've got this, Kano. Don't let him get out of your sight. Just children. Gah! A sudden blow to the top of his head left him staggering. Wow, are we gonna die? His eyes spun as he reeled with vertigo. Did we just get hit with trash? There was a flapping sound and a vague black shape wheeled above him. Was that a crow? It's a book, honey. It's a book.
It's our dick diary.
It's our dick diary. It's fine. It was the last thing Kana saw before his vision went dark. Just so angsty.
All right, so we have bad end number 3. Was that a crow? In the midst of chasing the man who snatched the briefcase, Kano happened across Hitomi and Achi. While confronting them, he suffered a blow to the head and was knocked out cold. But Achi only came this way because he thought it was the quickest way to escape with Hitomi. If he'd gone for the police box instead, things might have gone differently. The key is what Achi does at 10:35. So I think that we are going to probably end here for tonight.
Okay.
So, next stream is Thursday, because today's only Tuesday. I don't know how today's only Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. 10:30 Eastern. Let me actually make sure that. I want to make sure that this is saving. Back. I'm pretty sure it does autosave. Anyways, yeah, so next stream is Thursday, 10:30 Eastern. No, 10 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, we're good. 7 o'clock Pacific. In theory, we'll be back on Phoenix Wright. If Lemur is still sick, we'll do some more 428 Shibuya Scramble. Otherwise, we will see you guys then. Have a good night. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. All of that shit. And see you then. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.